Hey everybody, it's Sweekit here. In today's video, I will not be talking about an event, nor a car, nor my thoughts on the game. Instead, I want to address the weekly Elite Cup and a glaring issue being the players who do not do their 8 daily races for the week. So, in case you're uninitiated, the weekly Elite Cup is an event that runs from Monday to Friday and basically gives a lot of different rewards, and the ones that are standouts are the red fusion parts and basically the elite tokens, because if you don't get them from here, you have to do showdown or buy them. Especially the red and yellow ones, these are very hard to get, so you want as many as you can get. But as you can see, we're not getting the final reward this week, which is unfortunate. And basically I want to address this problem because on paper, if you look at it, every single crew has 30 members. Every member has 8 races a day. So if everyone does their races in one day, it's 240 races. Do it for the whole week, 1,200 races. And that's way more than what's needed at 900 to get every single reward. But as you can see on screen, we don't even have that. We only have 840 in the bag, and that's just not good. So I don't understand why people just ignore the weekly Elite Cup races, because first of all, this is a very simple event, if it even can be called one. Every single day, you log in, use an Elite Tuner's car. For me, it's usually the Honda NSX on screen. I just shift to 5th gear, activate nitrous, repeat it 8 times for the day, and I'm done. And I have basically contributed my bit to helping the crew get to the final reward. And of course, the only exception that I might not do my weekly Elite Cup on time or delay it is when we're close to races 350 and races 500, because when that happens, whatever car you've selected will get fusion parts for it. And this is a trick that is basically widely known, especially here on YouTube. And what happens is, basically, let's assume that I need Lamborghini parts, which I actually do. So before race 300 and 500, well, no, sorry, not race 300, race 350 and 500, I will switch to any car that is a Lamborghini. So it can be anything, the Huracan Evo, Huracan Technica, Huracan Starato, doesn't matter. I'll just switch to it and just wait. So once somebody does the races to get over the mark of 350 or 500, I will get Lamborghini fusion parts, the red ones. And yes, I can understand that these are not guaranteed to be parts that you need. You can get unwanted fusion parts that you already have filled in, but hey, it's better than nothing, and it could go to other cars. So to me, it's not that much of a loss. So the issue here is that, again, right now we have basically been progressing very badly, because every single day I expect that we are at least 20% to the 900 races. So if every day we do 180 races as a crew together, we have more than enough races to breeze it to the end of 900 races as a crew together. But this is what really gets to me. It's people who just ignore the weekly Elite Cup and don't even do it. Because honestly, if I were to be upfront right now, which I will be, I don't need the 10 yellow fusion parts. I mean, tokens. I keep calling them fusion parts, sorry about that. But I don't need the tokens because I basically have maxed out my yellow token count. And even if I claim them, they'll just disappear because I've hit the limit of 500 of them. But I don't think of myself. I think of others. And I know that while I might not need them, someone else might. And that's why, even though realistically I could just end off at 800 races, I still push to do my races after that, because I can understand that while I might not need the 10 tokens, someone else might. So I'm doing it for them. Yet again, people are not doing it. And this is something I just really want to bring up because it's a bad habit. Because this requires daily participation, and I can understand instances when you're not free, like if you have something going on in real life that's really urgent, such as family issues. But right here, I don't understand why we're so far away from 900 races this far into the weekly Elite Cup. This shouldn't be happening, because again, we're a crew, we're in it together. yet this is what we get as a weekly Elite Cup crew? Really? I just cannot get my head around it. I cannot accept that this is ongoing and this isn't the first time, because again, if it happens once in a while, I can understand. But if it happens consistently, that means someone is consistently missing out on their 8 races a day. And honestly, I faithfully do my 8 races every night. Every single night before I sleep, I do my races. And once I woke up at 3 a.m. because I forgot to do my weekly Elite Cup races. So I woke up and did my 8 races, and then I went back to sleep. And that's how dedicated I am as a crew member to making sure my crew gets to the end. But it's clear that not everyone shares the same motivation as me. And again, this irks me. So I don't want to come off as being very negative, that I'm hating such people. But we have to be understanding of each other, because you're in a crew. That's already a start. You're in a crew because you need the rewards. And to get the rewards, you have to work together as a team. I know it's very cheesy and this might sound like I'm trying to make some kids cartoon over here, but that's not the case. I just wanted to address this topic because it happens a lot. It's really frustrating that people who really need those tokens aren't getting them because someone else is shirking on their duties. So again, I'm sorry that I'm not breaking down an event or a car, but I just had to bring it up because I want to reach out to players out there and encourage them and convince them that the weekly Elite Cup is worth doing, because this isn't just something you see on the map and just ignore it. This is something that you should do because it benefits you, it benefits your crew. And it's so frustrating. Again, I don't know how many times I'm going to repeat it, but it's just so frustrating to see these events just not hit the 900 race mark, because we're more than capable of doing that. If you're capable of logging in to claim your bonus, to open your crates, to do your live races for your keys, I don't think it's that far-fetched that I request you to just buy a tank of gas, do your weekly Elite Cup, and go away. Because if I'm being honest, if you just buy one tank just for the weekly Elite Cup every day, the whole weekly Elite Cup is 5 days, so that's 100 gold. You will get more than 100 gold back just by making sure your crew reaches 800 races. So that's more than enough. But again, we're just missing out on the 900 race threshold because people are selfish. So I am reaching out to anyone who hears my message to please don't hold your crew back. If you're the kind of person who doesn't value the weekly Elite Cup, please take it seriously. Please treat it as something that you do as much as you do your live races to get your keys. It's very important because the rewards might not apply to you, but think of your crew. The game doesn't revolve around you, and there are other players on here as well. So think of them, think of your crew, before you just look at the weekly Elite Cup and skip it the next time. I highly encourage this. Again, I cannot enforce this behavior, but I can at least push for it as someone who basically does every one of their 40 races a week, and yet this happens. So I do apologize that I've been on this little tirade, but I just wanted to get it out somewhere and hopefully change someone's mind. At least one person, because if I can at least correct one person into doing their weekly Elite Cup, I think this is worth it. And with that, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.